I think people would rather have you be direct with them.
Well, it depends on the person. Everyone's different.
And so you're good at these. You're like...
No, terrible at it.
Okay, you're saying you're good at it.
When I actually apply myself, I was told today that I'm not classified as a blue collar anymore.
You're C-suite.
Yeah.
No more working class Mark.
All right, calluses though.
Do you? Is that from the gym?
Yeah, gym.
So last year we did How Can I Help You? And I think something that you really focus on a lot is working on the business and how there's levels to working on the business.
I don't know if I feel like I'm working on the business. From the outside looking in, am I?
I don't know anyone who gets out of working in the business that is not immediately called back into the business because there's deficiencies in spaces. You're always needed in the business. But you were saying that there's levels to working on the business. You go from being a plumber to being like, all right, I don't do any of the plumbing anymore. Talk to me about the levels of working on the business versus in the business.
I started out as a plumber. I was working my hands, then I graduated and then I just set the people up. And then I got the material there and I was kind of like half and half, like half blue collar, half white. And then I graduated and I'm strictly in the office. And you would think that's like working on the business, but once you hire a bunch of people, now like you have to level up the people that are within your business, and now you have to create systems and operations and to work out different types of fires, right?
What advice do you have for young guns, sick of working for the union, sick of working for whoever, their pants are on fire? What advice do you have for them?
Have to get away from the shiny object syndrome. When you're coming up as an entrepreneur, you always want the next best thing. And I only know that because I've done it.
Is it the bigger job? What do you mean the next best thing? Is it the wrap trucks? Is it the health benefits?
You always want to be somebody that you shouldn't be at that time. And not saying you can't have dreams, but like you need to be disciplined. That's the biggest mistake we made. We could have been a way more successful company if I just stayed in my lane.
As someone who didn't want to be a boss, didn't like having bosses, what matters to me is that people like showing up to work, that there's the enthusiasm for what we're doing, that everyone sort of feels like we're part of something special. And so how does culture go sideways? How does accountability go sideways?
I think that it's standards. We as entrepreneurs set standards and holding to the standards, because when you recreate and implement new standards, it's a shock. You can't come into work at 8, that's no big deal, and then next week say, you start at 7 this week. You're creating a new standard that you can't do that. You just can't. So like as we grow, we don't make those mistakes.
I'd actually be interested to talk to you about like the different things that you implement in your business that you knew you should have implemented a while ago, but it just requires enough pain before you actually do it. And so for us, it was just the cash flow pain of just being like, I have no control over when anyone's shooting, when anyone's paying, what amount of work I'm gonna have for my editors, how busy we're gonna be. It's making everyone insane, no one more than me. And so I'd rather lose 1/3 of my business and just do it this way than have this chaos.
And did you lose 1/3 of your business?
No.
How much?
One client. You're gonna have the wrong pitch sometimes. And then you have to fix the problem. And then you come back to somebody who was on your team and you're telling them something different. And like, do you know what the you're even doing? Like, what is this? I hired somebody. And I was like, yeah, this person's gonna do the whole thing. And this is why we're doing it this way. And then I had to walk that back. We're actually not doing it that way.
Because you didn't want to have that hard conversation. You actually hired someone though. That's even worse.
That's what I'm saying.
That goes down in the history books. I hired someone because I didn't want to get everybody on ACH.
I had to give you a little razzle dazzle. You've been very helpful.
Have I?
Yeah.
Thanks, buddy.
You always are. Thank you, buddy. We do the handshake. This is, look at that.
Yeah, baby.